Hi BookTube, it's Missy. Long time no see. It's been a week, a little over a week. Sorry about that. I planned on doing my weekly wrap-up Monday or Tuesday, and then my youngest got sick and he only today just got better enough to go to school. And so I've been stuck at home, but you know, helping him. So today I decided to do a kind of longish video so I can fit a whole bunch of stuff in, and hopefully you don't mind. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is a very small haul, and the first thing I want to share is a book that I received for my birthday from my best friend. I meant to show you guys in March, but I forgot, and so this book is what she bought me for my birthday, and that's Revival by Stephen King. The last book that I've read from Stephen King was Joyland, and so I really need to get back into it. I love Stephen King. Really, anything that he writes I will enjoy, I am sure. And so I am excited to get into this one. I have no idea what this is about, and I don't care. I know I'm going to like it anyway. I also went on a trip to Santa Cruz at the beginning of April, and I was at a breakfast place. It was called Cowboys Cafe, something like that. And I was so shocked that they actually had like a book cart in the restaurant. It like made me hyperventilate, and I was super excited, and I rushed to it, and it said like hardbacks were $2 or $1 and paperbacks were 50 cents, something to that effect. But all you had to do is put the money into the little slot for the book that you wanted, and all the proceeds would go then to the library in that area that the restaurant was at. And so I found Finnegan of the Rock by Melinda Marchetta. So this was $1. I was super excited to find it. It's a fantasy. I don't know if it's epic or not. I know it's YA. A lot of people have talked about it, and I am intrigued to read it. I do want to read more fantasy, hopefully towards the end of this year, beginning of next year. And so what better way than to start with a really good one. Everyone raves about this book. So I'm excited to have that. And then I went to my mother-in-law's house a couple weeks ago, and she told me she had bought me a tote, which I was really excited about, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. And it's this purple and green tote, and you can see it kind of is like Frenchy, like there's a girl on it. She's got books on her bicycle, and there's books here, and there's a cute little, look, I don't know what kind of dog that is. I wanted to say English bulldog, but that's probably not it. And then there's the same girl, and she's reading under the trees. I thought this tote was so stinking cute. I absolutely love it. I have no idea where she got it from. But it has like a nice pocket in it, and it's got the little snaps to close it up in. It says, oh, she got it from Barnes & Noble. It says Punctuate. Book Tote by Susan Rim. So if you guys are interested in the tote, it was $19.95 from Barnes & Noble. So excited for this new tote. And finally, I wanted to share with you guys a cup. It's a mug, actually, that my husband got for me and him. He got a different color. I want to say in maybe the end of February, early March, but I wanted to try it out for a while before I shared it with you guys. And it is this company here, Zojirushi, something like that. It's a pretty expensive mug. I believe it's like $30, maybe $35, and you're thinking, why the hell would I spend that much money on a mug? It's 16 ounces, and I shit you not, it lasts for 12 hours. Like, I get to the point where I just don't even want to drink it anymore. That's how long it stays hot. So I made this cup of coffee at 7 o'clock this morning. I put it into the mug, and it's 2-layered. It's a vacuum sealed kind of mug, so you push the little lid there, and then there's the spout, and a rubber thing to stop it from, you know, coming out. And it also has a lock on the side. So if you click it closed, then I can't push the button to snap it open. It's just so amazing. In 12 hours. It's still piping hot right now, and it is, what time is it? It's 1:30. And so it's been hot all day. When I first got it, I just stuck straight coffee in here because I like my coffee black sometimes. Sometimes I put a little bit of milk in it. But it was so hot the first day that I tried it that I couldn't even drink it all day. I had to like pour it into a regular mug so that way I could drink it. And then I figured, well, now I need to add iced milk to my coffee, just a splash, in order for it to be the temperature that I would consider drinkable. And so it's still really hot. It still kind of burns my tongue, but it's not too hot to where, you know, I cry. If you are a coffee drinker, and, you know, obviously Amazon and this company isn't promoting me to sell you this product, I just wanted to share with you coffee drinkers out there who love coffee like I do. This mug is amazing. I don't see myself getting another mug anytime soon, and I've actually dropped it a couple days ago, and there's no dents or anything. I'm just so excited about the mug. Alright, so now I'm going to be doing my weekly wrap up for you guys. Thanks for listening to all of that extra stuff. Last week I read 2 books which I was really excited about. They both were 5 stars. I did one which is a physical copy, and then the second one I listened to on audio. The first book that I read was Jackaby by William Ritter. This was my buddy read with Penelope for this month, and it was absolutely fantastic. I just died. It's about a girl, Abigail Rook, who is from England, and she decides to run away. She's supposed to go to college. She has a college fund that her parents have been, you know, collecting over the years, and she's supposed to go to college, but she just wants an adventure. And her dad is an archaeologist, and she grew up with knowing that her father did it, and she's always been so interested, but her father's like, well, you're a girl. And this is in 1892. He said, girls don't do that. Girls are supposed to get married, have children, blah, 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 blah. And Abigail's like, that's not my style, Dad. And so she runs away from going to college, and she goes on an archaeological dig somewhere in Russia, and it ends up being a flop. They don't find anything. And so she, you know, with the rest of her money, she hops on a boat, and come to find out that boat is actually going to the United States. And so she finds herself in New Hiddleston? No, Fiddleham. That's wrong. Hiddleston is my hot movie boyfriend. She finds herself in New Fiddleham, which is in New England, and she's looking for work, and she comes across a advertisement. I almost said advertisement. She comes across an advertisement seeking a, not an apprentice, but just someone to help out a certain detective. And she meets Jackaby. And Jackaby is half Sherlock, half Doctor Who, because he's very quirky, but he also, you know, does the detective good work. And not only is he a detective, but he's a paranormal detective. And so there's just a lot of paranormal creatures in here, and the whole dynamic between Abigail and him is just so funny. There are so many one-liners in here that I just died over, and Jackaby is so clueless. He like doesn't even know he's insulting people when he does. It's always a foot in the mouth kind of thing, and he just keeps going with it, and Abigail's like, oh my gosh, and she's rolling her eyes. But she just adores him because she thinks that, you know, he is he's a good person, and vice versa. He really does enjoy her company, but he's kind of like a big brother, and so he really doesn't want her to be out in the field. He wants her to, you know, kind of do his filing and stuff, but he can't rein her in because she wants adventure. And so I just loved this story. The second one, Beastly Bones, which is going to be a yellow cover, comes out, I believe, in September. I am definitely going to buy it. It'll be a pre-order for me. I love William Ritter's style. It's very reminiscent of like old kind of like dialogue, but at the same time, it's hilarious. So it's got pretty writing, and it's comical, and it's got great characters, and I just loved the setting. Everything about it was just great. Great. So if you want to read a paranormal detective, super light, very funny, you know, not something that you need to be taking seriously, this is a very fast read. It's 299 pages. You could definitely finish this in a day if you wanted to, and it was awesome. The second book that I read last week was The Martian by Andy Weir. I don't have a physical copy. I listened to it on audio, and it was so amazing. Like, so amazing. It's ridiculous. I loved the main character, who is Mark Watney. He and 5 other crewmates of the Ares 3, like, shuttle or whatever you want to call it, they make their way to Mars, and they've been there 6 sols, which is 6 days on Mars. Mars is like 40 minutes longer than Earth days. I can't remember. So they're called sols instead of days. So they've been there 6 sols, and on the 6th day, a huge dust storm shows up, and they need to abort the mission and escape back to Hermes, which is the spaceship that's waiting for them outside of Mars's orbit. And while running to the, I can't even think of the word anymore, something like that. Anyways, they have to get to the little pod that shoots back up into orbit. As they're running to get back to the pod to escape Mars, Mark Watney gets hit by a flying antenna, and it punctures his suit, and so all his crewmates believe that he's dead, and so, you know, they try to search for him, but the dust storm is getting too bad, and so they just leave him. Come to find out, Mark's actually alive, and now what happens? They don't know he's alive. Mark doesn't have any way to contact Earth, and so he has to deal with how to survive on Mars until something happens where he can contact Earth, or he can like live out on Mars until Ares 4 shows up, which is the next mission that will be happening 4 years later. It was so good. If you like any kind of space movies, there was one with Tom Hanks. I don't remember if I watched it. And then there was Armageddon and just all these kind of like disaster space movies. You're really going to like this book. If you love space documentaries, you're going to love this book. If you like anything that Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about on Nova or PBS, you're going to love this book. I am a sucker for technical wording. Like, I love absorbing information. Even if it doesn't make sense to me, I love it. So the book is very technical. It talks about, you know, oxygen, the way it changes from carbon dioxide to oxygen, and then there's like hydrogen and nitrogen. It talks about all of that stuff in the book, and Mark Watney is very technical because he's making a voice log for future reference. So in case he's not not found and saved from Mars, there is documents of how he survived during that time, and it's all recorded. And so he's very technical about exactly what he did in order to stay alive. And it's so interesting. I love this book so much, and the emotional roller coaster you get because you're actually Mark Watney in the book. You feel the danger and the fear of, you know, being the sole person, the sole person on an entire planet. Everything that he does is the first time someone has ever done it, because he's the only one that's ever had to be on Mars alone. God, it was just so good. This is an adult fiction, and it's going to be a movie soon. I can't remember who's directing it. One of the TV guys. Someone who does lots of like action movies. And oh my gosh, I found out that Matt Damon is Mark Watney, and I'm kind of hesitant about that because Matt Damon's a great actor, but there's so much, you know, backlash because he's kind of like the at the same time. But I'm really excited to see the movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. Definitely check out The Martian, regardless if you are a sci-fi fan, because emotionally it hits you. It hits you good. And yeah, so that is my little mini haul and my weekly wrap up. I want to say this is week 14, but I will definitely leave it in the bar below to let you know if that's true. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Sorry I've been gone so long, and I will talk to you soon.